So the Race to Zero is a global campaign to rally leadership and support from businesses, cities, regions, investors, and universities for a healthy, resilient, zero carbon recovery, one that prevents future threats, creates decent jobs, and unlocks inclusive, sustainable growth. All members of the Race to Zero are committed to the same overarching goal, achieving net zero emissions by 2050 at the very latest. It's a race, so we like people who set earlier targets, and halving emissions by 2030. The objective is to build momentum around this shift to the zero carbon economy ahead of COP26, where governments need to strengthen their contributions to the Paris Agreement. This will send governments a very strong signal that businesses, cities, regions, investors, civil society are united in meeting the Paris goals and creating a more resilient and inclusive economy. And in advance of COP26, universities are now coming together to add their support to a letter that will be shared with key government officials and the media in advance of the event. This letter is known as the Global Climate Letter, and it's now a part of the Race to Zero. It's been signed by close to 300 networks representing 17,000 institutions and 4.5 million students. The letter states that signatories are committing to collectively step up to the challenge of climate change by supporting a 3-point plan. Firstly, mobilizing more resources for action-oriented climate change research and skills creation. Secondly, pledging to reach net zero by 2030, preferably, or 2050 at the very latest. And thirdly, increasing the delivery of environmental and sustainability education across curriculum, campus, and community outreach programs. Ahead of COP26, signatories will produce a plan on how they're going to achieve net zero with interim targets and make that publicly available and update on an annual basis. And we'd love to see as many universities join the Race to Zero as possible ahead of COP26, and we invite all of you to join us.
Well, higher education institutions have so much of the knowledge, skills, and expertise that we need to use to help accelerate our transitions to a zero carbon economy. And they're a crucial element of the race to zero, a race to the net zero emissions. In the concrete case of universities, they can contribute by, first, ensuring climate is present in the curriculum. Future generations will be the hardest hit by climate change, but they should be equipped by the knowledge, the skills, and capability to pioneer the journey to the healthy, resilient, low-carbon world we urgently need to build. It is important for universities to increase the delivery of environmental and sustainability education across curriculum, campus, and community outreach programs, and by influencing the minds of future leaders who come through their doors and ensuring we're building heads and minds and hearts that we need for a net zero future. Second, of course, universities can leverage their knowledge and expertise. Universities can be and are becoming a hub of knowledge and expertise about how we transition our societies and economies to a more resilient future. They can play a key role in engaging the cities they are part of in the movement towards building back better. And third, they can commit their own operations to net zero. Educational institutions have the platform to demonstrate leadership through initiatives like the Global Climate Letter to show all of societies behind the transition we need to make. There is a need for academic institutions to move toward green infrastructure, energy, and also finance.
So together, we'll be racing for a better world. And as Gonzalo and I like to say, this is one of those races that we can only win if we're all in it. We're building for a zero carbon world, a healthier, safer, fairer world, a world of well-being, abundance, and joy where the air is fresher, our jobs are well paid and secure and dignified, and the future for future generations is clear. To get there, we need to run fast and we need to accelerate. We need more and more people to join the race, and we need to join now. This is not about 2050, it's about today.
That's why we call on universities and colleges across the world to commit to the Global Climate Letter ahead of COP26 and join us on the race to zero.